Hey friends. All right, what's up? I'll tell you what's up. I'm losing it just a little. Okay. I'm being kind of serious on a, semi-serious note. This is episode 15 of Cozy Corner with Courtney. Welcome back. On this channel, I crochet, I knit. Occasionally I'll talk about other things on here. So today I'm going to get into like a little bit of the podcasts I've been listening to lately, because those have really brought me like a lot of comfort and just good feelings and things, good vibes. I'm also going to talk about Red 40. I just have a couple thoughts about that, and that kind of branches off of how I was talking about like veganism and vegetarianism versus like natural flavors, specifically in relation to like Starbucks drinks in my previous episode 14. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to go and check it out and then come back here. Or check this one out and then go back, whichever one you would like to do. We're going to get into our lovely knits again. This week I don't have any crochet, so if you're here for a crochet, I'm so sorry, but I hope there's still something that will interest you. As far as knits this week, I am going to show you my Seacrest tee, which I did have the opportunity to wear outside. I know in episode 14 it was still blocking, so I got to like show it to you, but it wasn't on my body yet. And then I believe I did have like some shorts where I was trying it on outside. So I will kind of rehash that. I'll tell you what I like, maybe what could be a little bit different next time I make this pattern. That's my Seacrest tee, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And I also have a finished object this week, so we'll also get into that in the knit section of this podcast. All right, and without further ado, before we get into it, I'm gonna have a tiny sip of coffee. Yeah, so I'm obviously not drinking the hot Starbucks drinks because of natural flavors that are in there. And I guess, yeah, like I could probably just look up like some of the different flavors and see if those have natural flavors in them, but that's not really something I've done yet. Also, so my husband works at a very conservative Christian university in our town, and so he gets, as part of his job, he gets like the perks for Starbucks, but he has to use the one on campus. And I just, yeah, I'm like, you know what, like, and then also with like this thing, like, I don't know, like, I just don't know, like, I really need to get out of town. To go off on a tiny tangent before we get into any other things that I just mentioned, I'm like such a Florida girl, okay, at heart, because my mom is from Florida. And, as a kid, we used to visit every summer, and I would just take that like so for granted that we used to do that. And now as an adult, like I crave it, like I crave that. And my mom is from Fort Lauderdale, so yeah, I mean, any stereotype you want to apply, like just go ahead. But yeah, I mean, my great grandfather that lived over there passed away when I was 11. So that's really sad. I don't really have any family that still lives over there. The only way I can visit Florida now is by like paying for a hotel room, which sucks. Like, and honestly, who could do that? Like, which sucks. That sucks in this economy. It's hard. It's hard to go places. All that being said, like I do really just crave like being able to touch the water to my toes. Like I crave that. Not even like laying out in the sun or whatever. I crave the water, the ocean. So I guess, universe, I'm putting it out there that I'd love to go to Florida. And if you could help, universe, that'd be amazing. Like, I don't know what to do. My car right now is even, it's a work in progress for my husband, so I don't know what to do. I don't feel like, another sip. Yeah, I want to go back to Florida. I don't know. I think part of it too is like nostalgia for just like being closer to people and like having, you know, not being like the shame of my family, which I think they all knew that eventually I would be, because they saw me as having very like liberal views, which like thank God I do, because if I didn't, yeah, that would be really bad. But like in relation to my family. As an adult, who are your friends? You know, I don't really feel like I fit in with like any friend groups, because like you know, I don't fit in with the ladies that want to like lunch and have tea. Like I just don't like, yeah, I don't know what to do. It's tough. Okay. Wow, so I've complained about, okay, well, so I guess I spent the first 7 minutes or so, probably I'll edit it down so it'll be less than 7 minutes, but I guess I've spent like almost 7 minutes, maybe like a solid 5 minutes, just kind of complaining. But also I feel like laying forth, not so much complaining perhaps as laying forth like a very clear case of why I want why I want to be in Florida but cannot. And yeah, maybe just also the fact that I might have nostalgia for just a time when we were like more connected to each other and not also isolated, or when I was just connected with others by default, even if those connections weren't great or wonderful or anything. So yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, I guess I've rambled enough. Now the first thing that I was going to get into is Red 40, because I remember hearing in high school that Red 40, like, that we found out it was like carcinogenic, right? Carcinogenic means it causes cancer, basically, which is really sad and like a terrible thing. And so our like Food and Drug Administration, like they just basically let like whatever through, I guess. And like, so I'm like, how am I still, when I go to the store, how am I still seeing Red 40 listed as an ingredient and stuff? That's kind of crazy, because I feel like especially in this case, you could just make it a different color. It's like a coloring, right? So why are we like forcefully feeding people carcinogenic substances just to have the color be red? That's insane. This is like a capitalist dystopia, and I want out, but I don't know what to do. Like this is where I was born. You know, I don't have a passport. Like, help me out here. Like, I don't know. So we're being force-fed Red 40 because it's red. Like, I don't get it. Because it's maybe a little bit more marketable. Like, it's insane. So anyways, if you have thoughts or more information on Red 40, please drop it in the comments below, because I genuinely want to know. Like, if there's some info that I'm missing, please let me know. Like, let us know. Or if you have anything to add to it, your opinions on Red 40, drop them down in the comments, because I want to hear what you have to say. Thanks. Awesome. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's a tough transition. It's a really hard transition. But now we're going to talk about podcasts, because in this day and age where we're maybe missing connectivity a little bit, like I feel like it's not unique to me, like I feel like a lot of us might be, you know, podcasts are a great way to feel like you're connecting with someone, even if, I mean, like we still kind of are. Like, you can leave a comment on somebody's video and they'll see, like, that, you know, that type of thing, or maybe there's a conversation going on. There's a degree of like human connectedness there, even if it's like just a replacement for the, like a cheap like supplement for the real thing. Okay. Okay, so podcasts that I like this week are the Welsh twins. Robert and James Welsh are UK-based makeup artists, I believe, and I've been watching Robert's videos for a little bit longer, some of his like makeup beauty brand deep dives. But the videos that he's made with his twin brother James are just so precious and special, especially to me because yeah, I love that. That's amazing. So twin content, you know, I'm here for it. The wholesome, you know, lighthearted stuff, I'm definitely here for, and I love that. So good on them. The Welsh twins, I'll put the tag up on the screen. All right, yes, so definitely check them out. And all right, the next one is Beautiful and Bothered. I love this podcast. It started by Mr. Johnny Ross, and he's also like a makeup artist, influencer, like beauty YouTuber type, and he, I think, does like some brand deals with like Rare Beauty, the fragrance by Bella Hadid. So he's, you know, he's doing things on his own, but then last year he brought in his co-host of the podcast, Kevin, and they're really like a great duo. I love to see their chemistry. Absolutely. And they're millennials too, and like more my age group even than the Welsh twins, who are just a little bit older. So it's always nice to see like their take on things. And I mean, I definitely feel like Johnny especially has like some of the qualities of like the popular kids in my high school, like the popular like drama kids that I like would aspire to be, but like I couldn't be because I was too like soft spoken at first. Like, anyways, yeah, later in high school, I made one friend and kind of came out of my shell. So shout out to Elise. Hey, Elise, if you're watching this. And yeah, by the end of high school, I maybe had like 2 to 3 solid friends. But yeah, anyways, not to say I didn't like want to be like friends with more people or whatever, but yeah, popularity just wasn't in the cards for me. Wasn't in the cards. I guess people would say I was cool towards the end, but that was clearly like just because we had some ability to like take pictures of each other in a way that looked cool. All right, so that's it. If you were like removed from me in real life, might have thought that I was cool by senior year in high school just from looking at pictures, but I promise that I was still the weird kid to like other people in my grade. You had to be younger to think I was cool. Okay, like if that makes sense. And yeah, anyways, I don't want to talk about high school anymore because I was also kind of a terrible person. I was also really terrible in high school. So yeah, sorry. Anyways, all right, so now we're going to talk about this. All right, this is actually wet again because I wore it outside while I was walking. I walked for like maybe an hour to 2 hours. Like the first day that I wore this, I was just really into walking outside that day, and I needed to wash it. So I washed it yesterday, and I've been like laying it flat to dry. It should, you know, it should work out. It shouldn't take quite as long to dry as it did the first time. I think I might have more adequately squeezed some of the water out. And if you think that it might just be that it takes things less time to dry after they've already been blocked, let me know, because I'm actually kind of wondering that as well. Like, does it retain less water like each consecutive time after the first time it's been blocked? So that's also an interesting thing to think about. Okay, so sorry guys. Sorry for all the tangents and stuff, but basically at one point, I'm just trying to say there, you could argue that I was semi cool. I don't know. I'm definitely not still cool. Here's the pictures that I have from Friday of me wearing my Seacrest tee. And yeah, I had my husband take these pictures of me. But I, used to be a single girly, and I definitely want to reiterate that if you are single, or if you spend a lot of time alone and you are like maybe an aspiring like a knitwear content creator, or even sometimes people who design patterns can have like anxiety about how to take their photos, just go to Five Below, or even perhaps Amazon, and get yourself a tripod. That's my tip. And a lot of people may know this, but some people may not. So yeah, I mean, I don't have like a affiliate code or anything. There's not really a product that I'm recommending right now without getting paid to do, like, I'm not just gonna, but yeah, definitely check out some affordable like tripods. And even if your tripod doesn't extend up like a whole lot, you can find something to like place it on, perhaps out in nature. There's maybe some structures around your porch or something like that that you can place it on, and give it a go. All right. So that's basically me wearing it. I'm gonna get into the pros of the shirt. I love number one is I love the material. The material is a huge pro. This is made with bamboo pop sock that I held double. And honestly, for the summertime, because I consider the summer weather that we have right now in Arkansas, which I think is still like the southern US, like we're in the southern part of the United States, unfortunately. I would say we have a good choice here with the bamboo pop sock, because it feels quite smooth. Sensory wise, it's definitely a pleasure because it feels quite nice. It's definitely breathable. I don't really feel that weight of like when I wear my shark tooth sweater. I can't wear it during the summer because it's worsted weight wool, right? And it's wool of the Andes, and it feels very thick and very hot to go for a walk in. This, I'm not feeling that. It feels very nice, and it's DK weight and not even fingering as well. I mean, it is fingering, but I held it double, so that makes it the DK weight, right? Okay, this isn't one of the things I was planning to tell you about, but I do really like how the striping happened up here. I mean, clearly because I had bound off stitches, or I had, placed stitches on hold for the neck. Actually, I think I did bind them off, yeah. So I bound off stitches for the neck, and that created these differences in these stripes along the top, because there was like less of a circumference for the yarn to work in, and I love it. Like I saw even in the projects on Ravelry for the Seacrest tee on the project page, I saw a lot of people that kind of had like I don't know if it was like a yarn usage thing, or if they like expanded the depth of the armhole, which we'll get into in a moment. But they also had sort of a similar striping thing happening up towards the top of the shoulder, and I thought that also looked really nice. So yeah, way to go. Very cool. Now that brings me though to one thing that I would change about this is perhaps in the future I'd make the armhole depth a little bit greater. And I usually pick a size 3. Like if I'm looking at a pattern, I'm usually like, yeah, it would be size 3 in this pattern. So it may be that this pattern is intended to have a more positive ease that I went ahead and sized down to a size 2, and perhaps just not necessarily thinking about the intended positive ease of a pattern and more the like intended positive ease for my body and what I was looking for. And it, you know, for a project, I guess I didn't want to make something like unnecessarily large because, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's where my mind was going. Anyways, the armholes are a bit snug. So if I were to make this project again, I might just go ahead and make size 3 and have something that's a little bit, a little more of a loose garment. That would certainly be something I could do, or, you know, I could work it out to make another size 2 and just have the armholes be half an inch longer. That would be great. Yay, and that's about it. But otherwise, I really do love the fit being a little more snug. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I like the fit. I like the style. So, and it didn't eat too much yarn. Yeah, it was good. So, okay. Second thing I have to show you is I finished Boneyard Shawl. All right, guys. Okay, this is a project I started and I'll put some pictures up on the screen so you can see it in like different forms. This is a project that I started in early February and I just finished it on May 12th, which was actually Mother's Day. Yeah, I kind of started it around the same time I started this project here, thinking that since the shirt was going to be a little bit more sheer, a little bit more thin, and like spaghetti straps on the arms, that maybe I could wear that as like a night shirt and kind of have the shawl to like drape over like my shoulders as I'm like getting ready and things like that at the end of the day. So at night, you know, so I think they pair together quite nicely. It really does serve that purpose because if you don't want to be like I have kids, so like, I mean, you know, if you're comfortable with this, it's fine, but like I don't want to be like walking around with just spaghetti straps and like a shirt that has sheer properties to it while I'm getting my kids ready for bed. So I just kind of like take the shawl and yeah, and it just feels really nice, and I could definitely see myself wearing this, you know, of course outside of the house too. It is, I think, a good thing to throw on if you just have like a dress or even like another spaghetti strap kind of top under it, and it can just be very nice and light and breezy for summer. Or, you know, you could also style it with some more like chunkier garment wear. You could style it with some more chunky apparel. Like I don't know what I'm trying to say, with some more like winter and fall wear, and style it more as an accessory, right? So I really like that idea. I'm in love with this. Again, the pattern is Boneyard Shawl by Stephen West, and I'll have links to the website and the Ravelry pages of both of the designers that have patterns that are mentioned today. Let me go and get my whip. Since I finished the Boneyard Shawl, I actually didn't have any cast-ons, or like I didn't have any whips to work on, so I cast on this Luminos Tee. I cast this on yesterday, which was Monday, May 13th. And the yarn I'm using here is from the Lemonade shop, and it's called Fire Pit. It's on their Simple Sock base. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. Yes, I'm really looking forward to finishing this up. And I'll put up on the screen, there were 2 more tees that I was considering. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I had to put my glasses back on. I had to look up real quick the names of these other patterns that I wanted to tell you about because I really love them so much, and I really wanted to cast on one of these two, but when I realized that I could really only choose one, I couldn't choose, like, I had to go with the one that would be most like a universal like one that I could use like different yarns with, like single skeins of yarn too. So like with the Luminos Tee, a lot of the test knitters I saw worked it to where it's a little more scrappy. It doesn't look scrappy, like it's not something that you would look at and be like, oh, that's probably a scrappy project. But like the way that the V's like work together, I saw people using probably like what I would consider to be like single skeins of yarn, like just from looking at it. And that was something that I couldn't do with either of these other two. However, these other two patterns make me so excited. Sorry, glasses on, sorry. So these other two patterns make me so excited. Like honestly, I'd really love to try them. So I'm gonna put them up on the screen. The first one was the Baybreeze top by Brianna Luppino of the Little Wolf Knits. And I saw this and it was like a celestial like type of experience. I was like, I have to make this. But yeah, honestly, reading through it, it required like, you know, a few skeins of yarn, possibly if you wanted to make it all in one color. And, you know, there's a ruffle, there's the need for some elastic, which I think might be around the hem. And anyways, I said maybe not right now. But I am loving it. And I hope to make it one day soon. Okay. And I think also I could make it into a scrappy project. I did see one of the testers made it a little more scrappy, which was it looked really nice. I think she might have even used minis to make hers. So just doing like what I'd consider just from looking at it to be 1-inch stripes. And it looked really nice. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next pattern though that I wanted to tell you about, which is this one called Palm Your Knits. And it is by Knitting Tipsy, Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy. And yeah, I also love this. The only thing with this one is that being that like I would love to live in like a more beachy, like tropical area, but I kind of don't right now. And I do kind of want something that covers bra straps, which I'm not really sure that the Baybreeze top does either. So there's that. But that said, it does look like such a fun knit. I have so been enjoying Knitting Tipsy's content. And I meant to mention her in the podcast section too, in the podcasts that I've been listening to lately, because I've really been enjoying what she has to say. So definitely go check out Knitting Tipsy after this. Yeah, so I hope to make those too, like maybe later this summer. All right, I think that's all I have today to share with you. I'll go ahead and get to editing. I hope that you enjoyed this content. If you did, please give it a like and stick around. Click the subscribe button, stick around, and we will have more content coming up for you guys soon. Have a great day. I hope that you are happy, healthy, and safe. Bye.